rocket like rocket fuel.
I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Up next, we'll see Jared Goff and the NFC champion Los Angeles Rams as they square off with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. With that, let's get up to Seattle. Standing by at CenturyLink Field, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Coach, we are just about set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. A few moments ago, they raised the 12th man banner, and this place, as usual, rocking and rolling. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Los Angeles Rams. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And Charles, we've got two NFC West teams here. Your assessment of the state of the division coming into 2019, is it the Rams to lose?
We saw the changing of the guard with the Rams taking over from Seattle a couple of seasons ago. But Seattle got back in the game pretty fast, didn't they? You remember preseason last year was doom and gloom? They ended up in the playoffs. Arizona, they're kind of hitting the reset button. It's San Francisco to keep your eye on. With good health, good drafts, they could be the team that can really contend.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Seattle's offense being led out here by Russell Wilson, coming off that Week 3 loss to New Orleans 33-27. That's the first loss of the season for Seattle. But it wasn't because of Wilson. He was, 32 of 50 in that game and over 400 yards passing. 2 touchdowns. And also used his legs, 51 yards on the ground, and another 2 touchdowns. The only downside, a couple of missed throws on 4th down plays that would have sustained drives as he tried to lead the comeback against a big New Orleans lead. Now Wilson. He will find the rookie from Ole Miss. That's DK Metcalf. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And one of the big bodies helping out this offense is your boy, Upati.
And all he wants to do is have running plays called. Fire out and smack people.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Carson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The defense here for the Rams.
And defensive tackle Aaron Donald, when you evaluate him, you're looking for flaws. You can't find any. This guy has the ability to single-handedly take over a game. Wrecks it inside, outside. You can't run it against him. And good luck trying to throw it downfield when he's in the face of the quarterback.
On 3rd down, Carson. Whoa! And nothing but daylight ahead. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Chris Carson, 55 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. You talk about explosion plays. Here's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate. Big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was all capped off by the Chris Carson touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The L.A. Rams taking the field here. There's Jared Goff. He'll be under center for the 3-0 Rams, who beat Cleveland last week 20-13. And Jared Goff 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions in that game. He also had a fumble, but he did lead him to the victory. And they're going to need him because, gosh, in that game, Todd Gurley just 43 yards rushing.
Yeah, and they keep talking about he's healthy, everything's okay, but the numbers don't really support that overall. We'll see as the season progresses, but Jared Goff has a lot of confidence in his right arm and a ton of confidence in the guys who catch passes from him. How about Brandon Cooks? He was huge in this game, and he's probably playing with a little extra desire after not making that catch in the end zone in the Super Bowl last year. And Cooper Kupp, his return has been huge at receiver for the Rams. Really opens up their offense.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Back to throw, Goff. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now the 3rd leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. And the result here, the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by this Seahawk defense. From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Seattle's offense takes the field again here. I want to go back to what we were talking about earlier, their Week 3 loss, 33-27 to New Orleans. Chris Carson, he fumbled and lost a fumble in this game. That is the 3rd straight game that he's done that, CD. He's got to protect the football a bit better.
He was a 1,000-yard rusher last year, and for Seattle's offense to really roll, he's going to be a big part of it with the running game. But if he's putting the ball on the turf, that's not going to help at all. In addition, the offense was just 1 of 4 on 4th down. So Pete Carroll, their head coach, likes to be aggressive, but if it doesn't pay off, puts the defense in a bind. And to add injury to insult, the insult being the loss, Coach Pete Carroll was hit in the face by a football during pregame warm-ups. They had to patch up his nose that he had to deal with during that game as well. So all in all, a lost day for the head coach and his Hawks.
And they'll try to get back in the winning side this week. They travel to Arizona, and then they host the Rams in Week 5. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. This is Carson. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
And it's caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Well, they have to be loving this start to the first quarter.
Well, the way that they're going, I mean, you're talking about 2 touchdown drives already. They feel very confident and feel like they have all the answers in this game. They're 1 point away from going up 14-0. Maybe they press the advantage and go for 2.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll make the score 14-0. So the drive there took 6 plays, and the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Rams offense working their way back out here at 3-0 on the young season. Interestingly tied with the San Francisco 49ers atop the NFC West, also at 3-0. But let's look ahead for the Rams. They host Tampa Bay, then they'll travel to Seattle. How much do you like this Rams team, Charles?
I like them a lot because we've seen throughout history teams that get to the Super Bowl and don't win traditionally struggle the next season. This Rams team has put that behind them, the loss to New England, and found a way to start 3-0 this year. And I like the toughness they're exhibiting, both mentally and physically. I think they should handle Tampa Bay next week at home. Then going to Seattle, that'll tell us a lot because last year they beat Seattle twice in the regular season, but they didn't like the style. Seattle beat them up running the football. Let's see if they can match that same intensity this year with their defense.
Check, 120. Check, 154. Check pass.
Throwing on third. Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. With a sack, it's Ziggy Ansah.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Here's Johnny Hacker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now it's Lockett. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Break. 54 Mike. Oh, yeah.
On first down, it's Carson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. To throw on 2nd and 6. Wilson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Dante Fowler coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Now he's having a nice little first half for your partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And it is now 21-0. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The rookie DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 4. Now it's Wilson. Wide open receiver complete. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. Now Myers for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Todd Gurley and the Rams offense set to take over. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you've got a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Well, still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. So many questions about Todd Gurley in the offseason. How good is the knee? I mean, remember, he had a heavy workload the last couple years, nearly 4,000 yards from scrimmage, 40 total touchdowns, but just 4 carries in the NFC Championship game, 10 in the Super Bowl. So we'll see what kind of usage he gets this season. It's complete. This is Todd Gurley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. On first down, it's Gurley. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
20. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Push him back. Push him back.
Now on 2nd and 13. Goff. Throw left side, complete to Cup. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Goff. Open man right side is Cup, complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Throwing again on 2nd down. Goff. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Goff now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Here's Goff. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. To the air again. Goff. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Bradley McDougald that time able to knock it away. The Rams on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Goff. This will be caught at about the 6. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Zerline's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Zerline, of course, last year had likely the iconic field goal of the season, booting that 57-yarder in the Superdome to send his squad to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you really hurt the Saints fans on that one, didn't you?
Sorry.
They didn't want to hear that at all. But this guy deserves his nicknames. Greg the Leg, Legatron, because the ball goes through the post at a heavy rate, 87% in 2018.
This is taken at his 4. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field.
Personal foul.
I'm not sure what this is about.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
And the first half, just like the end of the game, can't end with a defensive penalty. They'll have another play.
One more play, untimed. See what happens here.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Okay, I got a quick tangent for us here, Charles. Let's look at the teams that have not yet won in the NFL, the 0-3 teams, the Jets, Dolphins, Bengals, Steelers, and Broncos. Who do you think is the first to get off the schneid?
Well, when you look at it, who has the open week? Who's safe? The Jets?
The Jets, yeah, they don't play anybody, so they're not going to. And Gurley fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose. And the Seahawks have recovered. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. There defensively was John Johnson to knock it free. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. To throw is Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. The great veteran Clay Matthews able to knock that one away in coverage. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Throwing again here, Wilson.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. The veteran Eric Weddle there to break that one up. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Metcalf once again the target, but now it's 3rd and goal. 2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer, and likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. There defensively was John Johnson to knock it free.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Myers able to knock it through, and their lead will swell up to 28. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
All day, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Watch the pass.
From the 24, Goff. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down. Cooks now in his 2nd season with the Rams. He's had 4 straight years over 1,000 yards. He had 2 with the Saints, 1 with New England, and then he went over 1,000 again last year with the Rams. 80 catches, 1,204 yards. Goff's throw here finds Woods, and he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Goff now to throw. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Going to Woods, but that pass is intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And out now come the Seahawks. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
To the right side and complete to Metcalf. It's a gain of 15, 1st down Seahawks. His big game continues. Already has his 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more yardage and a 1st down.
And how precise has his route running been in this game? We just saw him get open yet again. And he's also made adjustments as the defense has tried to really stop him.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. Fights off another.
I think the second tackler would have learned from the first.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Here's Wilson to throw. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And he's been a busy man. 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Mike 20. Mike 54. Hey, they're scared. They're scared.
From the gun on third down, gone. And this is going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Returnable for Lockett. Runs through the contact. Fights free yet again. A second broken tackle. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. So let's glance at a player spotlight now with Russell Wilson. He's had one of those games that any quarterback loves, not only being able to complete some passes, but some deep passes.
And it's pretty to watch. I mean, it's an absolute joy to see, but let's face it, we got to give a little bit of credit where it's deserved, right?
Well, the protection's been great, if that's where you're going.
Yeah, protection's been phenomenal, but how about how it's been spotlighted, right? Our producer, Christian McLeod, our director, Kyle Burt, the rest of the crew, what they put together with these images and pictures, if you're an offensive lineman, that's what you're taking with you to contract time.
They're going to have a lot to take to contract time if this continues. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Metcalf once again the target, and it's second down. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd. They run again with Carson. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 23. From the gun, here's Goff. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Goff. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Goff now looking to throw. And that one's complete to Gurley. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on third? Trying to find Cup, but it's intercepted. Tedrick Thompson picks it. 20, 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Now Myers for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Rams now coming out on the field. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. In search of redemption from the pick six. Goff throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Todd Gurley. That'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Goff. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 23 yards the pickup there. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Now Goff gets this into the hands of Brandon Cooks. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Meanwhile, Goff to Gurley as he drops it off for his running back. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Goff in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Again, Goff. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Goff throwing again. It's caught left side by Cooks. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Now it's Goff.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Decision made for Sean McVay. They're going to go for it. Here's Goff. And this is going to be intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.